All three are different. Scaling. All three the same. Isosceles equilateral. 1, 2. Only two are the same. That's isosceles. Only two are the same here. That's isosceles. All right, so hopefully that's helpful to you. And then, of course, lastly, we've got distinguishing between area and perimeter. Okay. All right, so area covers a full area. So the area is going to be, I want to fill up what's on the inside of my sides. So it's a filling. Now it's like a sheet of paper. That's an area. But fencing, like fencing, when you're going just around your object, something like that is considered perimeter. So hopefully that is helpful. So yeah, that M is jacked up. Perimeter. All right. So it asks you some questions about your figure. Use the calculator to find the perimeter and the area of the lawn. All right, so let's talk about this. What's supposed to happen is they should give you a calculator. Well, they didn't. So I'm going to bring this one up just so you can see. When you do area, you multiply. Now, the other thing I want to show you is that on rectangles, this side, these two sides match. So that means this is also 23. And then these, the top and bottom match. So that's 12. So you're going to have two 12s and two 23s. So basically 2 times 12 plus two 23s. 2 times 23. Or you could just say 12 plus 12 plus 23 plus 23. Doesn't matter. All right, so this would be my perimeter. My area is just going to be 23 times 12. It's one side times the other side. All right, so I am going to take a look at, it says the lawn will be surrounded. Okay, at the top, use the calculator to find the perimeter and the area. Well, the area, let's move this out of the way. The area is 2, Lord, wait a minute, not 2. 23 times 12. Area is generally going to be bigger than perimeter. So the area is 276. And then it has feet here. So it's like feet times feet. So that's feet squared. Square footage. The perimeter, I've got to add these things up. So I know 12 and 12 is 24. I know 23 and 23 is 46. So I'm just going to add those two up. 24 plus 46. Okay. Can I back that up? 46. And I get 70. All right. So my perimeter is 70. And it's just 70 feet. Because I went all the way around the outside of the square. The rectangle. Okay. Next, it says, let's move this out of the way. So the lawn will be mowed. Which measure would be used in finding how long it would take? If I'm mowing, I'm not just going around the edges. So that's going to be an area. The lawn will be surrounded by a rope. That's like a fence. So that's going to be perimeter. Okay. All right. Next. And here's your explanation. This is the way they show it to you. Perimeter, same thing I did. Area. And then they don't, yeah, they give you an explanation on the inside. Let's go with another problem. And hopefully this is understandable. 22 times 24, I'm sorry. For area, we're going to do 22 times 74. And then for perimeter, we're going to do 22 2 times and plus 2 74s. All right. I know this is 44. 74 and 74 is 8. 7 and 7 is 14. 148. All right, so that's what I'm going to be adding up for perimeter. All right, so I've got 22 times 74. My area, see how big the number is? 1628. And then I have 44 plus 148. And this one is just 192. The field will be covered with turf. So if you're covering the whole thing, that's area. And if you're going to walk around the field, that's perimeter. All right. Let's see what else we got. Now, I think that the geometry piece is the part that a lot of the students mess up on. I'm going to go to level 2 and see if I can find some more geometry. Ordering. I think I might need to also look at, does anybody need to see order of operations? Like what goes first, adding or subtracting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me do that. All right, so when you're looking at order of operations, there's an order. The parentheses, I don't know if you've ever heard this. P, E, M, D, PEMDAS, A, S. P is for parentheses. Whenever you see parentheses, you handle what's inside parentheses first. E is for exponent. Exponent comes after parentheses. Now, what I like to say is multiplication and division go together, and addition and subtraction. So this is multiply. This is divide. And this is add and subtract. All right, so this is the way that you handle the thing. Okay, so multiplication and division is always the last thing that you're gonna do is add or subtract. So since this is just an introduction, I think it's only gonna have these down here. All right, so we multiply first. We're gonna do 6 times 3 first. So you're gonna start with 6 times 3. Oh Lord, 6 times 3, which is 18. And then the last thing you're going to look at is 49 minus 18. It's weird, but you have to go with the correct order first. The times comes first. All right, so this PEMDAS, parentheses, exponent. Then the reason I say multiplication and divide is because, think about it, if you do 3 times 6, what was my point? Okay, 3 times 6 divided by 2. Okay, let me do it like this. Let's say you had 3 times 6 divided by 2. Which one do you do first? It doesn't matter because M and D, they're on this. It doesn't matter. If I do 3 times 6 first, and I get 18, and then I divide by 2, that's 9. If I do 6 divided by 2 first, 6 divided by 2 is, if I do this first, that's 3. So I'm looking at 3 times 3 It's still 9. So it doesn't matter. With multiplication and division, it doesn't matter which one you do first. So that's why I had those circled, and also I had addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are always going to be the last thing you do. All right, so here's another. We would definitely do 35 divided by 7 first. So this is 56 in case you can't see it. 56 minus 35 divided by 7. This has to come first. So 35 divided by 7 is 5. So basically we're looking at 56 minus 5, which is just 51. Okay, so like I said, when you start off with this, they give you just multiplication, multiplication, adding, and subtracting. But then when you get into just regular order of operations with grouping symbols, let me see what this is going to bring up. Okay, here we go. So there's no symbols. It's just 9. Let me write it bigger. 9 divided by 3 plus 2. I'm sorry, plus 9 plus 2 times 9. All right, so some things. First off, adding and subtracting are the last thing you do. So this is a division and this is a multiplication. So you're going to do those first. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 2 times 9 is 18. So in between there, we had a plus 9 and a plus 2. Well, now everything is plus, so you can just add all that up. Okay, 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Sorry, got to put that plus. 14 and 18 are 12, carry you 1, 32. So that's my answer. All right, so let me show you the explanation here. Yeah, see, divide first, then multiply. Oh, Lord Jesus. Why did I put that 2 back in there? Thank you, explanation. Yeah, okay, going too fast. Okay, my bad. My bad. Show another. Let's show another. Okay, here we go. So we have 9 minus 14 divided by 2 plus 3 times 9. Okay. This and this has to be worked first. So we're going to have 9 minus 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay, did that. Plus 3 times 9 is 27. What does that equal? Well, then from this point, because it's only subtraction and addition, just go from the left to the right. 9 take away 7 is 2. And then, of course, 2 plus 27 is 29. Ta-da! All right, so you get the gist. Always multiply and divide first before you do any adding and subtracting. And once you get to just adding and subtracting, you go from left to right. All right, now we need to get to where they actually have it in grouping symbols. Okay, so this is what they have. Even though you see bracket, that's a type of parenthesis. 20 minus 17 in parenthesis, and then times 7 minus 9 bracket divided by 6. According to PEMDAS, anything in parentheses goes first. All right, so I need to handle this. 20 minus 17 is 3. So now inside this